Hey, you guys, Em here. Just wanted to start by saying this. I think this is going to sound a lot better recording it from the computer itself than trying to use the AirPods. It seems like the AirPods just didn't have the goodest sound quality as this does. But let me know if you prefer this or the last one. So yeah, I'm just going to start by saying we are going to be stepping up our game here, and we're going to be catching you guys up. So in the very beginning, we weren't really sure if we were going to be making videos and posting all the content. So, unlike the first video, we've already done a whole bunch of work to this thing, and I need to catch you guys up. So, I'm going to be making a ton more videos, probably like 3, maybe 4. More like this, just doing like a kind of story time with you guys. So I do apologize for you guys having to listen to me talk just with some photos. But we will, as soon as I get you guys all caught up, we will be making more content in video form, just like the normal content. So hang in there with me. I promise it's going to be worth it. And these first few photos you're going to be seeing is just of essentially how I got it. The Craigslist ad, the OfferUp ad, I forget what it was. But I pretty much picked this car sight up unseen, so I didn't get to see all the defects that it had until I picked it up. So, yeah, but we want, with the channel, we want to try to make sure we're getting our content out at least 3 times a week until we have enough that we're pushing out weekly or daily. So I'm thinking what we're going to do is Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays having a video. And I might make a few more of this weekend. That way I can catch you guys up as far as where we're at with the Corrado build. So yeah, let me get back into it. This is the 1992 VR6 Corrado SLC Sport Coupe, and yeah, it's been a beast since we've got it. So the first handful of photos, pretty much, I knew it had road rash, but besides that, I thought it was a pretty clean example of a Corrado. And now, knowing what I know now, I definitely is not true. So, short story of this is the first 2 owners did a ton of work into it. It was actually a show car. It sat for multiple years until the friend of the first owner fixed it up as best he could and sold it to a kid who I ended up finding out was a car toys installer, which explains all the issues that I'm having with it right now. And so, yeah, I'll definitely do a deep dive as far as the backstory in it, but let's continue on with the video. So, the next one you're looking at is of me actually getting it the first day being delivered. And for all of those of you who are asking, oh, Em, is that your garage? No, unfortunately, I've been doing everything in the parking lot of our condominium. So, this was just a client's house. We ended up being on this job for 6 months. It was a huge fire remodel. I run a small construction company. Short story of this is kids don't ever smoke in bed, and drugs are whack. So, funny story is this is the first drive I actually got to go with it. And as you can see, it didn't go very well. And of course, in the photo now, it's nice and sunny, partially cloudy. But I can reassure you that is not how it went. I ended up driving to O'Reilly's. I was going to get some fat stickers for that increased horsepower, brah. But I was really getting just some windshield wipers to drive it home because it was raining. And went to leave, and it never started again. And I spent the next 2-3 hours struggling with it, replacing battery terminals, maybe wondering if it was the sound system that they installed short-circuiting or having a short somewhere. Ended up thinking about, ended up buying a new starter for it, going back and forth. Luckily, there was a Harbor Freight across the street, and picking, random tools up, and eventually ended up quitting and taking an Uber home and picking up the truck and picked up a dolly. And as you can see in this photo, the bumper's off. Well, that was not on purpose. I tried to push it up. A, it wasn't going to go forward, and B, going backwards, it ripped it off. So broke a whole bunch of stuff there, but finally got it off on doing it all by myself. But, the highlight of my day was when I finally got it on, I looked over at this guy and his Carmagia and realized could be worse. He ended up just giving up on it and turning into a trailer. So wasn't the only broken down Volkswagen in the parking lot. Eventually got it running and put a new starter on it. Wasn't the starter. Finding out what it was, it ended up being the ignition switch. And everyone that I read on the forums were like, oh, you have to take the column off, take the dash all apart just to get to this thing. And that's not true. I ended up figuring a way out to do it. It did take me, I would say, half the time of what they said, but it was a lot longer considering all I had to do was take out 2 bolts. And because the challenge is the screw is behind this thing at an angle. And so what did I ended up doing? And I'll try to, if I can figure out how to do this, people, you got to hang in here with me. I'm learning how to do this. I'm going to edit an arrow into the thing showing where the screw is, but you got to have a tool that's flexible to get this screw in. And I probably fought this thing for 45 minutes trying to replace this ignition switch as far as this one screw is concerned. But the tool that you needed is this, and it's a bendable screwdriver, which luckily I got at Harbor Freight the day before for like $3. So, hey, came in handy. It paid for itself in that moment. But since I broke the bumper off, I had to find parts, and this is the first moment I realized finding parts for this car are a lot harder than I ever thought it would be. Luckily, I found a guy who had wrecked one of these things, and I got one of my bumper bracket holders. I thought that was part of the fitment issue, but I've come to now know that is not the issue. So in this photo, you realize I am rocking no bumper, which I'm rocking no bumper again after getting the bumper on because I was rallying it the other day, and the front bumper came off after going over some train tracks going about 40. So broke the fog lights and all that fun stuff. So I will definitely get you guys caught up in that. But just a little sneak peek of what's to come. But yeah, so you guys, I'm going to be busting out a few of these videos to try to catch you guys up. If you like the content, please subscribe and like. We're a new channel trying to get off the ground. Definitely helps to know that if you guys like the content and you guys are going to want to see the project from start to finish. And also comment down below what you would like to see as far as a wheel choice, because I'm gonna get rid of this TSW. I don't know if I'm gonna go with some Rotoform or TSW Sebring or however you pronounce it. But I definitely want to get a little bit more of a Euro wheel on it. Maybe not black because we're going to be painting the car in the future. So, as always, guys, hope you like the content, and catch you next time. Bye!